Hey, fourth graders. So we are in our final problem string for the month of November, as it is the last day of November. So this is problem string number 9. You will need to put this in either your math journal if you have your problem strings 1 through 8 already done there, or I know with my class we have done ours in our number corner book in the back where it says A9. So A9. I'll let you get to that page. So today we're going to set up our notebooks a little bit differently. We want to make sure, because we're dealing with money, so I want you to put in where we're going to be dealing with some money. So dollar, right? And then we have some, so dollars, dimes, and then we also have some pennies, and then total. So T for total at the end. So put a line underneath. So we need to put, just put a line, just maybe a little bit going down because our problems are going to change. So our first problem is I have 3 dimes and 5 pennies. So this person has 3 dimes and 5 pennies. And we want to know how much money in all. Well, we know 3 dimes equals 30 cents and 5 pennies equals 5 cents. And we know 30 plus 5 is 35 cents. We write it like this with the cent mark, or if you use the dollar sign and you do $0 and then 35, and you don't put a cent mark at the end. So if you use a cent mark, then it's 35 cents. If you use a dollar sign, it's 0.35. Okay, and you can put a line underneath. That is the first problem. The second problem now says that I have 7 dimes and 8 pennies. So you can extend your line a little bit. So if 3 dimes is 30, 7 dimes is 70, right? So 7 dimes equals 70 cents. 8 pennies equals 8 cents. 70 plus 8 equals 78 cents, or $0.78. Just like that. All right, you could put a line underneath. And let's take a look at the next problem. The next problem says, I have 13 dimes and 9 pennies. That's a little weird because 13 dimes, but I shall write it. We have 13 dimes and 9 pennies. So what do we do here? Because we know 7 dimes is 70, 8 dimes is 80, 9 dimes is 90 cents. So what happens with 10 dimes? What happens with 10 dimes? So 10 dimes is $1. So I think this 13 is like 10 dimes plus 3 dimes. So this 10 dimes becomes the $1. And then this 3 dimes left over is 30. And then this is 9. So we have a total of, let's do the dollar, $1.39, or we have 139 cents. So you can write it either way is fine. But did you see how if you have more than 9 dimes, you have to regroup? to make it $1. All right, let's see what the next one is. Bring this page over. Come on, it's over. Okay. All right, so make sure you have this written. If not, you can pause the video until you get to it. So I'll leave it right there. Okay, so now let's take a look at the next problem. Now that I've hidden my, okay. I have 13 dimes and 14 pennies now. So put that line underneath. So now I'm looking at 14 dimes and 14 pennies. 14 dimes and 14 pennies. Well, just like here, 10 dimes equals $1 with 4 dimes left over. So we know we have $1.40. But look what happened here. This 14 cents, we have more than 9 pennies. So more than 9 pennies means we got to go to a dime. So here, you see this one right here? That means we got to give this dime here, and we have 4 pennies left over. So we had to regroup. We had to regroup here. We had to regroup here. So now we have 1 dime, 5 pennies, or $1, 5 dimes, and 4 pennies, which is $1.54 or 154 cents. So even if we left it like this, right here, we know 14 dimes is 140 cents and 14 pennies is 14 cents, and we add them up, we still have 154 cents like we did over there. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. So 13, in this one I gave you 14 dimes, 13 dimes, but it's okay. 14 dimes, 14 pennies. I'm just going to change it right there. Okay, so that's still 154. Now let's take a look at the next one. Move this over, open this up, and all right. Let me put a line underneath. Go back to my red. Okay, this time we have 8 dimes, 7 pennies. Then the friend gave her 6 more dimes and 5 more pennies. Let me go double check. 8 dimes, 8 dimes, 7 pennies, 7 pennies, 6 more dimes, 6 more dimes, 5 more pennies, 5 more pennies. Now we want to know how much in all. So, well, we know here 8 plus 6 is 14. 7 plus 5 is 12. We already know we have to regroup. We have to regroup this dime, this 10 dimes, that's going to make us $1. And then this 10 pennies, we got to give it to the dime section. So now we have $1, 5 dimes, 2 pennies, which is $1.52 or 152 cents. So far, so good. So we've learned now when we have more than 9, we need to regroup. Let's see, do we want a more trickier problem? You can always set up your problem so that way in case. So if you have it in a category, this is the dollars, this is the dimes, and this is the pennies, and this is the total, then you could always try to regroup. So That's basically it for now. I'll show you one more that you could do on your own. My daughter had 35 cents. I gave her 68 more cents. So you can add these two together, or you could put them in this column like I showed you. So you have 3 dimes and 6 dimes, right? That's 9 dimes. And then you have 8 pennies plus 5 pennies. That's 13 pennies. Oh no, that's more than 9. So we got to give this 10 pennies and make it into 1 dime. That's 10 dimes. And we know 10 dimes make $1. So this right here is $1. And what's left over? 3 cents. $1.03. So that's it. Go and count some change and see how you do with counting money. All right. Good job, guys.